spirit about him that propelled him forward in life. He had a wind power that was the wind power of God. And we talked last week some about this. Let's review a little bit about this spirit that Daniel had. Daniel chapter 6, verses 1 through 3. Give you a little bit of historical background. Daniel was brought out of Jerusalem as a young man into Babylon. It was the period called the 70 years of the Babylonian captivity. So Daniel is one of the first groups taken to Babylon from Jerusalem, from Judea, an Israelite, a Jewish young man, and he's brought into the service of the king of Babylon. He serves various kings of Babylon, and then eventually the Babylonian kingdom falls into the hands of the Medes and the Persians, and he begins to serve the kings of the Medes and the Persians. At this point in time, we're now into that period of time of the Medes and the Persians, and there was a king by the name of Darius. So that's why his name is in this verse. It pleased Darius, now again the king at the time of the Medes and the Persians, it pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 satraps to be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 governors, of whom Daniel was one. So let's understand what's happening. Darius comes on the scene and says, I've got a massive kingdom. I need some people to help me. Let's appoint 120 different rulers around all these different areas. And then I'm going to get 3 people to oversee those 120. And Daniel was chosen as one of those 3 to help Darius rule the 120 satraps, or the governors of various parts of his kingdom. Let's continue here. That the satraps might give account to them, so the king would suffer no loss. Then this Daniel distinguished himself above the governors and satraps because help me out here, an excellent what? An excellent, we could also say wind. An excellent wind, an excellent spirit was in him, and the king gave thought to setting him over the whole realm. The Bible says that it came to the point that Daniel had such a good, excellent spirit about him that the king said, there's nobody like this guy. I'm going to make him second only to me. He'll be my under-ruler for everything that's in my kingdom. Incredible to think about. We talked last weekend about some of the things that Daniel had that made him this go-to guy, that made him positioned for all these promotions in his life, that made him such a leader. We talked about the fact that Daniel was filled with the Spirit of God, and how you and I need to be filled with the Spirit of God. We talked about the fact that Daniel had this determination to grow. He was this person that continued to grow in wisdom, and you and I, if we're going to have the right spirit about us, need to be people of growth as well. And then we talked about the fact that Daniel was extraordinary in everything that he did. He always went the second mile to give the best that he could possibly give, and that was a part of his spirit that needs to be a part of our spirit as well. That's what lifted him to places of prominence and promotion in the kingdom. Listen closely. The spirit about your life, whatever your spirit is, good, bad, or a mixture of both, your spirit is going to either lift you or limit you. This is an extremely important life principle. The spirit that you carry with you throughout your life is going to either lift your life, it's going to propel your life forward, or it's going to limit your life. I've known people before who were extremely gifted, intelligent, maybe even had great education, had all kind of wonderful things going for them, but never made a whole lot out of their life because they never conquered their spirit. They had anger in their spirit, or resentment in their spirit, or hatred in their spirit, or prejudice in their spirit, or laziness in their spirit. We could go on and on for a variety of different negative characteristics, but there was something about their spirit. Even though they were highly talented and highly gifted, they never made a whole lot out of their life because of their spirit. It wasn't their gifts or talents lacking, it was